Hello, everybody. How are you? I feel like it's been a little while since I've done an energy update because the energies have been wild and profound and deep and intense and transformational for years now. And it all feels really different. Life feels different. The awareness feels different. The planet feels really different. So we're August 2019. I'm broadcasting live from a place called Raposaira, High Roots in Portugal, which is not far from, it's about 10 kilometers outside of Sagres, where I've reported from. I did it End of the World share a couple days ago, or I don't know, a week ago. I have no sense of time. It's just moment to moment, really. Like, and now we're here. And life has really become this beautiful paradox, which is this feeling and sense of something that we've all been working toward or reaching for. And I'll just speak for myself, something I've been reaching for and sort of working toward. And then you arrive and your sense of self suddenly becomes a little bit unfamiliar. Like, who are you and who have you become and what is this thing called life? Because whatever it was, the program that we were taught about is so distant from our current state of being that there's this sense of baby steps. I guess, that's transformation, a rebirth. So yeah, baby steps in as far as getting to know our newness, getting to know where we stand in our own personal function. And it is very personal. This is the thing about this paradigm shift and transformation. It's a inner work. It can't not be a personal thing. It has to do with your personal desires, your personal heart space, your personal inner transformational work. So earlier I was thinking about the fact that the transformational process is darkness, that we endeavor to go within our consciousness field and uproot and transform the darkness within us, which obviously can present itself in the world around us. I had a really juicy conversation with one of you recently about, transforming some of the ugliness of the world and aspects of that ugliness that we can have a very difficult time with. For me, things like greed and war and all of that has been an incredibly painful endeavor. And yet, with the tools and techniques and this revolution or this global paradigm shift, I would rather say an evolution of our consciousness, but it's important for us to remember that we're, as the individual, especially this kind of community, when you resonate with like having lots of love, hot vibrashe for people, and you have a lot of compassion for humanity, and you're like, why is this so way? Why are people so mean? And it's important for us when we start to own it, when we start to really do that integral, like, I own my reality, I'm the creator of my reality. So if I don't like what I see, I gotta own that and transform it, right? But the discernment piece is to remember that you're not responsible for other people's behavior. You're only responsible for how you feel about it. And then ultimately, when you become more aware of how you feel, that is your point of power in the moment, is that, oh, that feels icky, that feels shitty. So instead of going, oh my God, the world is so shit, own the shitty shits that you feel and say, I'm going to stand that down in the light of my awareness, that shitty feeling that I feel, because that is what permeates the field of the world. This inner work that we're doing, so many of us very intuitively, that's ultimately what's transforming the world that we know, right? Yes, yes, yes. So our consciousness becoming more light-filled, our ability to do that classic thing inside the depth of our own pain and darkness and going like, I stand thee down, right? I can look at the greed and the war cycles and the poverty and the oppression in this world. And I'm going to stand it down in the light of my awareness, and I'm going to breathe love into it. And I'm going to love the duality of it. I'm going to love the victims, and I'm going to love the villains, because in our loving field, that is what essentially is uprooting that base tone of this projected reality. So more and more of us in this August month, and as these energies have been ramping up for ages, we're finally stepping into the new. So the whole entire globe is really finally having these shifts and awakenings and these realizations that is substantially now permeating the field around us and essentially dissolving the old construct, the old paradigm, that which we would call the patriarchy, that what we would call, false economy and all the shits, basically, all this, the 3D paradigm, the matrix, whatever we want to call it, we have to accept it's still our own creation. And so even saying things like that now, it doesn't resonate with me in the same way, because a lot of the work I've been doing recently, which some of you guys know with me endeavoring the tarot, is letting go of the rebel, letting go of the fight energy, letting go of fighting the world, fighting against it, hopping on another cause and another cause, getting political. None of that has any resonance in my field anymore. It's like just sharing love and ultimately living in peace. And for me, how that looks is like ebbing and flowing with the energies. I, for months, if not years now, haven't probably slept more than 4 or 5 hours at a time. So I sleep and I wake, and then I share and I give, and then I sleep and I, And you guys know I've been incredibly vulnerable. I've been incredibly honest about the journey and about different substances and about different edges and different potential judgments and all of that. And more recently, certainly in the here now, it's gone. There's no shame left in my beingness. There's no real fear in essence. Even 2 days ago, I got triggered by a loan collections thing. And I just sat with it, felt it, breathed through it, and you just keep moving along, right? Because I'm aware of doing that work. It's the fear can't hook into you if you're not vibrating the fear. And none of it really has any ground to stand on anymore. Certainly for someone like me, and I think more and more of you as well, we're just that's not real. And even if it is real, you're a dickhead for screwing people over. So, the more the veils get lifted for more of the humanity that we are, the more that energy just will not survive. It will not live. It will not, it can't thrive, because more of the collective will not be vibrating, one, on that level of ignorance, to then allow themselves to be deceived. But then two, it's the heart. Our heart, I've done shares about this, but our hearts are opening, and whether we like it or not, that's part of the polarity of this idea of the humanity that destroys the planet. In our yoga sessions here in Sagres, I've mentioned this about I had a spiritual teacher once tell me that a mind disconnected from the heart will destroy its host. And then I relate that to the state of affairs on this planet of it would appear that our humanity is destroying the planet that we live on. So what are we going to do about it? Well, we're going to have to connect our mind to the heart. We're going to have to raise ourselves up via feeling all these feelings that we've been running away from and chasing, right? Thinking that we can distract ourselves or placate ourselves or one another by not connecting ourselves to the heart. Because that's where the prime intelligence of our species really is, not in our thinking. And that's ultimately the Piscean age has been an evolution of our industry via thought, which has given us apparently great progress, which it has. Look at our technology and progress, yeah. Except the progress was sort of lopsided, right? What, Ruth? the progress we've been making in that polarity of so-called progress disconnected from heart has been destroying the host. And so now we're like, oh shit, huh? So that's part of the benevolence of this journey, especially this idea of higher consciousness, or an evolutionary quantum leap and awakening. It's miraculous and beautiful. We simply have to not deny that it's real. We simply have to not deny that what we feel in our heart is not absolutely as, or if not more so valuable than the thoughts that we've been programmed to think. And so the dissolution and the unveiling of our own personal programming is ultimately what leads us to transform our reality. And again, I'll remind you guys that I'm at a place called the end of the world, where like literally everyone is super beautiful and down to earth and grounded and connected, and they get it and they feel it, and there is no other world in essence. And the more we allow ourselves to truly let go and be free, that love that we are just guides us and gives back to us. We only have to continue to walk in faith, in trust, and in service to the self, which means you're only ever in service to your heart space, to you honoring you, and in you honoring you, you will just naturally become the person you've always desired to be. I don't know specific answers in as far as like the brain waves and what's happening. I just know from my personal direct experience that I've somehow am showing up as someone I only ever dreamed of and desired in earnest, and that she's here now, and it's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, like, oh. And so there's a part of a kind of, okay, I'm just gonna intuitively keep sharing collective intuitions as and when. You guys know that I'm doing the tarot now, and miraculously, like, and again, this is something else, I don't even really know how it came about. I've always had interest. I've had tarot readings and I've enjoyed watching them, and I just found myself picking up a deck, and because I've never been a really like moneyed gal. I've never accumulated or been given like huge sums of money or anything. Although I got an investment, which I anyway. You learn, right? Oftentimes, like back 10 years ago or so, when I really set off in the yoga journey and was letting go of the acting career, the yoga was like the doors were opening basically before any real serious, I guess, career opened up. My heart was just like, I can do yoga. I know what this is. It's beautiful and I get it, and I feel like if there's nothing else, I can share this practice with people. And then literally people were like, hey, can you teach yoga? And I was like, okay. And because people were offering me money and I needed money to survive in this world, I was like, I'll do that. Because I was somebody who just couldn't really work out of my integrity, out of alignment, especially with veils being lifted. It's like working in certain shops or going for auditions for Mackie D's. I was just like, oh my god. You're gonna have to sacrifice yourself to survive in this world. I'm like, I can't. So yoga in 2010 or so, the doors opened, and it was like the money, weirdly for me, the money was something that was like, come this way. And similarly, I've not been able to really push this online business onto people. I've not necessarily had capital to do any big marketing splash campaign or any of that, and that's cool. I'm not particularly interested in any of that stuff. I'm more interested in the miraculousness of it and just seeing how it all naturally unfolds. And some of you guys know the depths that I've been in with the financial situation. I had my car taken away from me. I almost got evicted. Like, so much deep fucking shit around love and like self-worth this year. And then some of you guys reached out and booked, and it was like the first proper truth of like online people buying the coaching packages. And then naturally, the tarot. I just started doing tarot, and people have been buying sessions, buying private readings, and that to me are the doors that open. And I gotta say, after the amount of deep inner fucking emotional and how much I've shared here and how vulnerable I've been and how deep it's been and often how misinterpreted it is by people. I love you all, but for real, sometimes it's so much, right? I'm really thankful to do the tarot because I can remain quite detached. It's something I can do really easily. It's quite effortless, and every single person that has booked, however I know them or not at all, like just random people that I've never necessarily had any kind of engagement with, every person that's bought a reading has been like, thank you so much, and oh my god, I cried and I laughed and blah blah blah. Thank you, chica. Thanks. And you know the heart of it, Roots. I know you do. It's like any of us on this journey, it's just to give. Like anything we want is just so we can give more, you know? And so the tarot, in its sort of simplicity in the exchange, it's shown me the way. It's like, here, do this for people. This is another great way, and it might bring in a few poundies here and a few poundies there, and it's, you know, helping me rebuild my finances. And I'm as well as my online coaching clients and some of my online yoga clients, it's finally just starting to balance out. And bosh, bosh, bosh. It sure has softened my impulsive, sort of more reckless side, my youth in my more Aryan nature of just plowing forward and really not giving a ass, and probably coming across as a terrible narcissistic people who actually cared for me and stuff. But that's just been par for the course for me. There's always been this inner drive that I've not really been able to temper until more recently. And as my Capricorn ascendant comes more into the fore of my reality and publishing the book, which has sort of laid down my own pillars of integrity of saying, if you don't get what I'm talking about, then you're not gonna be allowed into this world for me. And that seems so harsh, but for a lot of empaths, I think that is necessary to protect your energy, to hone your craft, to hone your gifts, and to join us, you know, in birthing and living this new paradigm on Earth. And something, I guess, in the age of information, you'll get this, right? The unplug for freedom piece, the not being on social so much. It's just curious to me how, like, it's just all noise. So much of it is just noise and opinions, and I'm like, let's just love ourselves and one another, and like be peaceful and enjoy living here. Because then it gets all like a web. It just gets all like a web of noise and confusion, I think, and rights and wrongs, and there's just all these subtle layers of the duality piece and of the distraction, and really wonderful people, I feel, and yet I intuitively sense they're still in the distraction, and or they're in the chase. You know, there's an element, they're saying really nice stuff perhaps, or maybe living this beautiful life perhaps, and yet I can feel the pressure valve. See, it makes me kind of emotional. I can feel the pressure valve because I've had it all of my life. The chase. Get it? Achieve, you know, go. And like, that will exhaust us all. It's a lot more playful, I'd say, right? I'm like, when can I just not have to try anymore? When can I just live and move, and, you know, and like, that's what this experience is for me. I'm like, I'm over it. I have my inner circle. I've got my little kind of tribe of people that I absolutely adore, and I know adore me and support me, and that's pretty new too. You know, manifesting those kind of relationships and connections has taken a fair amount of work and grit, and at times what would appear to be ruthlessness. You know, especially when you have those slays, those people, the slew that people just get cut out of your reality. But I talk about this, my intuitive sword at times has just come down. No, I'm not going to do it like that anymore. No, I don't want to do that for you. No, I blah, 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 blah. I want to just live here. And if you have a problem with that, you know, like, but in my truth, I'm like, if that the heart is what just allows us all to be in love. And the heart is ultimately where those distortions of like trying to steal from one another or trying to steal from this planet is, which is then again where that chasing thing comes in. If we're still chasing, what are we trying to prove? So the Torah, it's just lovely, and it's been kind of opening doors, and the money's coming in again, and I'm feeling really blessed, and I'm at the end of the world, and the winds of change here are wild. Like how windy it is here, and I was joking, but there's this gorgeous woman who works in the kitchen at the laundry lounge where I'm teaching the rooftop yoga, and her name is Mercedes. Oh God, I just want to like snuggle into her bosom. It sounds really weird, but I do. Like, she's a mom, and she's the chef. She's the chef at the laundry lounge, and like, I adore her, and like, she gets it. She just knows everything that we talk about. She gets it. I don't even know where I was going with this because I just got thinking about snuggling into Mercedes' bosom. End of the world. Oh, the winds of change. And I was talking to her this morning about it, and I was like, Mercedes, I'm getting pissy. Like, there have been a couple times, like, either on the beach or like out on I've got a little balcony here, and yeah, it's really fucking windy. And like, you know, with wind, there's no consistency. So like little noises, like little taps and noises, they're just going off, or like your hair is blowing. Everyone needs a Mercedes, Roots. She's like the mother that we all we're meant to have, kind of thing. But she's true. It's just legit. And yeah, I was talking to her, and I'm like, Mercedes, I'm getting a bit pissy. And she's like, I know. People do, you know, if they don't have the heart, they don't know how to ground the energies, and they just keep flowing everywhere. She's like, we're lucky. The feminine energy is lucky. We know. And I'm like, give me your food. Like the soul food, right? Yeah, so people get it. People get it all intuitively, regardless of how much yoga they're doing or how much spiritual practice. Like, just humans in their heart, they know all of this. And so any of the pretense, which is ultimately connected to our ego, which is ultimately connected to a false sense of security in the world of form, which includes our economy and making money, and like, how successful can we be? How many numbers can we get? And you might think it's not going on, but it's going on. People might be fucking cool as hell, but there's still that going on. Because I have it, and if I have it, we're all one, and everyone's got it. So it's like, let's tame the effing beast and not give a ras anymore. And I have you guys to thank for it all. A lot of it. I'll thank myself too. But like, you guys remind me, like, honestly, MJ, don't give a shiz about the numbers. And I'm like, I just get hit. But now, for some beautiful, miraculous reason, it seems like the reset is well and truly here. And so it's like, the trigger around that shit is just gone. Like, I don't care, because I'm just like, I know that I got my back, because I'm the universe that I create. And so I'm just like, like, when you make it somewhere new, and you're like, thank God, because you can feel it. You can just feel it. Roots, come to Portugal, girlfriend. There's a sofa downstairs if you want to sleep over. Oh, and very exciting news. So obviously you guys know that Morocco's October 8 to 12th. I'm going to be there 5th to 15th if you want to come out a little bit longer. Just for you guys, I'll keep you on the early bird price. Prices have gone up though, okay? Oh, girlfriend. See, this is where one of those things, like, legit, I'd be like, anywho. Hook it up. As soon as MJ's flowing in the financial abundance shit, we'll hook it up. And I'm leaving Devon. I know you are. I know you, Flo. And you're totally in harmony with the heart space, so it's all coming for you. Yeah, I'm leaving Devon. I've given you my notice. I don't know where I'm gonna like land per se, but there's Morocco, and then end of Morocco. I've just started looking at like affordable tickets because they're all right now like around 300 pounds, which is pretty sweet. Dallas. So one of you guys who runs a healing center has basically asked me to come to Dallas. So I'm coming to Dallas for like 2 months. And I'm going to do like a 7-week intensive, and I'm going to have New Year's Eve sort of divine kind of yoga rave vibrashe with edibles, obviously, guys, because I've now not smoked pot for like quite a while, for a couple weeks, over a couple weeks, but just feeling good. But after I got my tats, so you guys know I got these like infinity, can you see the infinity loop? I got an infinity loop on both of my ankles, and which makes me extra cool, by the way. Where was I going with that? So, yeah, we're gonna have. Oh yeah, well, just basically, yesterday was the first day that I really desired. Ooh, amazing! Live that dream. Yeah. Yeah, yesterday, and I haven't really wanted any. In fairness, I've been really enjoying just like not being stoned. But yesterday, after getting my tattoos, was the first day I was like, ooh, after, because it's pokey and it's quite painful when it's actually happening. Even though I'm not trying, like, literally, they're so small. Like, you're like, oh my god, you're a wimp. But, yeah, so it was the first day that I was like, oh, I do fancy a bit of a stonage. But my rule now is that I'm just not going to do it by myself anymore. That's my little, like, inner love rule of, like, MJ, you know, enjoy shifting, alter your consciousness state on this planet with other humans. Like, don't do it by yourself. Don't isolate. I've been in isolation, I feel like, for most of my life. And it's like, coming out of isolation, even though I still hang out a lot by myself. That's kind of my rule. So I'm just gonna sit tight. But it might be that New Year's Eve, in and around Dallas, or maybe we'll end up in Austin, or I'm not sure, but I'm gonna do a 7-week intuitive yoga intensive, like kind of immersion to help people get familiar with Intuish and to help Intuish guide their practice. So it's like a development thing. There's a few different packages, and then it's gonna culminate in a kind of yoga rave with food, and Divine Sight's gonna DJ, and then I'm just gonna have some time off, which means I'm likely around Christmas and New Year gonna do like a little tour around the United States visiting. My intention and my ideal is that I'm gonna visit like Maine, Montana, and then Seattle, and then back to Dallas or Austin for like a New Year's Eve celebraciones. Or who knows, like I can't plan it, I'll be like, I'm like, it's gonna just happen, whatever happens, happens. But yeah, and then I'll do a little tour, and then my intention, I'll be flying back to the UK early January, and then I've got another Morocco retreat in February. So if you guys are like, ooh, I wanna come out to Morocco, then you can save up for the Feb retreat, okay? It's gonna be like the same price point, I should think. Oh, Colorado girlfriend, I'm there. So this is the thing, as I'm putting this out there, you guys be in touch with me, okay? You let me know where you are, and we'll see like just how it all unfolds. My intention, yeah, to see and like get to some checkpoints and see as many of you as possible. And or find like center points where some of us can gravitate to, like maybe a bunch of us can meet up in Seattle or Portland or Montana, or maybe you guys can come to Dallas for a bit of yoga vibrashe. And yeah, and then another Morocco retreat, and then Katie and I are still really anchoring in to do Hawaii in June 2020. So just, you know, keep eyes, ears peeled for those connections. It's always my like promise to keep prices like low for people and or just affordable for everybody. And my idea here as I evolve is that I'd always desire as well having a platform where like there's like a fund for sponsorship. So people that like really are not able to fork out, but are here and are doing the work and blah, 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 that there's like, or scholarshipy vibrashe, like pot money to, pot money for all of us stoners. But yeah, money in the kit, money in the pot to help people make these things happen for themselves, basically. Because we all know how integral and important it is. And yet, let's be honest, our economy is going to shit. So any of us who truly want to give, that is my intention. So put it on your vision boards or whatever, you know, like intend to come to one of these retreats, and I'm sure that we can make it happen. February, Morocco, Dallas, end of the year. I'm stoned now. Oh my God, girlfriend, don't do that to me. God. It's gonna happen. I know it is. I know it is. Hey, girlfriend, we should hang out. Because I don't do it alone anymore. New Year's Eve, girlfriend, come to America if you could. Anyway, we're gonna find time to hang out and get stoned together because I can't do it on my own anymore. So, or Bristol. Okay, another shift for MJ is that yes, I'm being guided to leave Devon. Hey, yes, Divine Sight, girlfriend, we're just talking. Or this is Divine Sight, everyone. This is who I'm going to be working with in Dallas November, December time. I literally was just talking about you and us and me coming to Dallas and doing some stuff and then a tour of America, blah, blah, blah. And then we're joking about Roots being stoned and how I want to be stoned as well, but I'm not. And that's cool because my intention is only to be stoned. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Boo, boo. Rambling, and yeah, and then Hawaii, we're yeah, for sure. So Devon, but I'm not leaving the UK, you guys. It's still my heart home, you could say, like it's still where my heart is. So, but I am now a little bit more freedom life entrepreneur vibrashe. So I'll be doing stints like this, and it would be my intent to do a kind of sort of 3-6 months in the UK. However, the point is that I'm leaving Devon, and my heart is being called to Bristol, and I've actually put in a bid to run a yoga studio in Bristol. So yeah, so there's these different things evolving. And yet it's all like just out there. It's nothing's actual real right now, but things are coming in. So yeah, I'll be closer to Bristol. So I'm closer to airports and also people, more people, journeys. Yeah, and so that I can be attending more events and hosting more events. And I just know when I know that the energy's over at a collective area, like loads of healing happened in Devon, and it's like I'm healed, so I can leave. And Bristol calls, Bath, Bristol, that kind of area. I still don't think I could actually live in a city, so I'm intending to get myself a little cottage, some sort of a little cottage to live in outside of Bristol. But yeah, there's work, I guess, to be done still in the southwest and in Bristol, but a little bit more inland, so I'm still closer to London and Brighton, where Katie is, and up, you know, closer to Birmingham and Manchester and all these areas. Exactly. Yeah. Mainly airports, because I'm traveling a lot. So yeah, I'm still gonna keep my base because I have not lived in the UK for 17 years to give up my residency. No. My MJ is intending to have a dual citizenship, 2 passports, my friends. This is something that is legit real, and not something that you're gonna let go of too easily, especially after my mother got deported. By the way, there's stuff happening on that level as well. There's a reporter over here who apparently wants to pick up her story because the UK government fucked her up the arse, and me a little bit, because now I can't see my fucking mother, right? So there's stuff happening on that. There's a reporter that has potentially sold her story, which reminds me that's actually something I have to do. I have to like write the blurb about like how shitty it was when, 2 years ago, they were like, oh, you can't, you're a threat, you're a menace to the UK. I'm like, she's my mom, and she's been coming here for over 15 years visiting me. I have a life here. You can't take my mother away. But they did. because the UK border control and all border controls are big piles of Ross. And they don't serve the heart of humanity at all. They serve anyway. Molly doesn't need the fight anymore because all is well in divine bliss. And we're just opening our hearts more to all of our dreams come true. So Mama's gonna get back here in her own good time. But things are moving for her on that, which is great because everything got disentangled. Some of you guys saw that share where I was like, ah, back to the heart. Yeah. Yeah, where I had to let go of that. And then as soon as I let go, and I can feel the shape shifting happening for another transformation between the relationship dynamic with that woman who I used to call mom, and now she's just like a cool lady who I know that wants to live in the UK. Yeah, and yeah, so Bristol way, and then I'm just gonna do that thing where I have my Bristol base, and I travel as and when I want to, as and when I'm guided to, and then probably have some kind of headquarters develop so that All to Love can just have a home for people to make love. Feel like making love. I feel like making love to you. Huh, what the hell, you guys? What are you doing to me? I literally wanted to come on for a little quick share. And now you've made me red in the face. But oh, I'm going to a vintage market at Laundry Lounge where I do the yoga. Plus, I'm sweating like a MoFlo lover because it's hot. It's hot. I feel like making love. Oh my god, I have that song in my head, but it's like juicy and it's all fucking juicy, you guys. I'm stoked. I'm really happy to be alive. I'm glad we made it, guys, because I'm pretty sure most of us never got to this point in our existence on life on Earth. I'm pretty sure every time that we came to Earth, people were like, and like, burn, hum, and like finally I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I came for. Yeah. Making love to you. Whatever, I'm gonna learn more songs. Maybe I'll start a band in Bristol. Who knows? So ridiculous. But it's mostly because of you guys. I'll just blame it on you. But also in a good way because I'm happy. I'm happy. And hey. Okay. Yes! Maverick! Wait, let's see these. Can you see my tattoos? Oh, no, I can't. I'm not going to show you that. That's inappropriate. But you can see them. You saw them. Divine Sight's been helping me play my clever Maverick vibrashe, or what was it? The Mercury Hermes guy was like the cleverest and most mischievous at all. I'm like, I really res with that. And now I've got angel wings on my ankles in the form of the infinity symbol because we stand in the infinite cosmic intelligence of all the realms, living from the heart. We're done. We did it, you guys. Yes. Power thrust. Except now when I'm going up tomorrow, I'm probably just going to be like... Except the lows aren't as low because they're never going to be as low because I transformed that MoFlo shit. I did it. I actually did it inside myself. This is why I wrote a book about it, because it's real. Alchemy is real. It is. This is what happens. You just become a child. No shame whatsoever. But also I feel really safe with you ladies, because I love all of you in equal measure. And I'm thankful for your presence here because you feel me. You feel me. Finally, people fucking feel me. I've been so misunderstood. I can't. Roots, girlfriend, I literally cannot wait to have a spliff with you, chica. Or some edibles. Or, like, there's a few of you. Cupcakes? Anyone? Cupcakes, my friend? That's a little inside joke with one of you guys. Who's that? Oh, you know, I'm not even gonna check just in case it's troll vibrashe that could possibly bring this down. I love you guys. I'm signing off. I gotta go to the vintage market to make an appearance because I said I would. Plus, there might be some goodies there for me to buy. And I'm getting rid of some play suit shit that I'm just never gonna wear that I bought in Bali. You know when you buy stuff on holiday that on holiday you're like, oh yeah, this is great, but you never wear it again? So I'm gonna go give that away to the vintage market and ride this wave of natural vibrashe. I love you all so much. I can't wait to hang out with you in the flesh. And I'm looking forward to the next share. Again, it's all on flow. I'm not sticking to anything necessarily, but yeah, book a tarot reading if you want one. I love you. I love you, Roots, Divine Sight, everybody, Michelle, every one of you that's here. You guys are amazing. Keep on believing in your love and your heart and all of it. Is it coffee time, Divine Sight? One day we will be having coffee and doing this together in Dallas. Before yoga or after yoga or both. Probably all of it. I love you guys. Keep it rocking. Keep believing in yourself. It works, this stuff. It's amazing. It's deep, but we're all here for one another. So, yay. I love you. Have a great day, you guys. Speak soon. Peace.